have to do, turn it on.
It's supposed to wash your worries away.
The food sanitizer separates all pollutants, pesticides, salmonella, and E. coli from the food.
But does it work?
Wow, look at that. It's so off the scale.
And why is this boy's story being used to promote it?
E. coli had shut down one of his kidneys and led to 2 brain injuries.
Can't do it.
Why?
It hurts too much.
We go looking for the man behind the machine.
You coming to my house and harassing me? I'm gonna call my lawyer.
Lau, I'm not harassing you.
No comment.
Lau. Lau. He hung up. This is your marketplace. Got our special delivery. We're about to unbox a machine. Check it out. And right on the box, cleans and sanitizes all food types. And unpack a story with twists we didn't see coming. We're shooting a scene with something called the Amazing Water Food Sanitizer. Trying it out before sending it off to a lab for testing. So on the website for this food sanitizer, it says that it can kill bacteria, viruses, pesticides. As we film, an unexpected clue that things might not go well. See what's going on there. It smells weird. We don't realize it then, but as you'll see, that smell is a red flag. It smells really weird. It's not, though, the only thing about this sanitizer that stinks. We're hitting the highways of British Columbia to tell you another twist in this story. It involves a family in Richmond we've shown you before.
Hey, how's it going?
Good to see you again, yeah. Nathan Parker reaches out to us with a concern about that food sanitizer.
Here's Lucas.
Hey, Lucas. So how old is Lucas now?
Lucas is 8.
The concern relates to his son, Lucas, who's been left permanently injured by a foodborne illness.
Your dad is taking care of you. Your family loves you. We love you, and we're glad to be back here.
As we report 3 years ago, Lucas and his family are on their way to Disneyland when they stop for some takeout. Lucas shares some of his dad's romaine salad, which turns out to be contaminated with the bacteria E. coli 0157H7. Lucas nearly dies when his kidneys shut down. But instead, he's left with a life of constant struggle.
And you're checking his levels right now?
Yes, I am. Because then I gotta dose him for insulin.
Lucas can't walk. He can't talk. He can barely see. His meals are eaten through a tube in his stomach.
Gotta be tired of this food by now.
Lucas will never recover. And now, his life story is being used to sell the Amazing Water Food Sanitizer.
A toddler named Lucas can no longer walk, talk, and see after eating lettuce contaminated with E. coli.
Their video borrows heavily from our original report, which Nathan is looking for when he stumbles across this.
By the time he was in a Canadian hospital, the E. coli had shut down one of his kidneys and led to 2 brain.
Can't do it.
Why?
It hurts too much.
What is it that's bothering you the most about it? Do you think that they're exploiting your son?
I 100% believe they're exploiting my son. And that's the part that hurts the most.
And let me get this straight, you knew nothing about this.
Absolutely nothing. My son is so unique. The situation that happened to him was unavoidable. And prevention, there was nothing.
But Amazing Water's video suggests the bacteria that injures Lucas can be removed with its machine.
We recommend Amazing Water Multifunctional Food Sanitizer, which removes harmful toxins, bacteria, viruses, and added hormones in food within minutes.
We show Nathan some of our research, including a video of the man who seems to be the main face of Amazing Water.
When I talk to everybody, they asking me, what is the food sanitizer?
Your thoughts?
My God.
Now, his name is Matsiri Paliagru. He also goes by the name Lau, and he lives not far from here.
That's just... wow.
Documents show Amazing Water incorporates in May of 2019. Lau is listed as manager with the Better Business Bureau. He advertises Amazing Water on his personal Facebook page. But here is a surprising find. This 2015 document from the United States Justice Department. 2 men wanted on fraud charges in the US for allegedly scamming seniors out of millions of dollars in phony investments. One of the men is named Matsiri Lau Paliagru. That Lau and this Lau share the same name and nickname, the same date of birth. Both are believed to be in Canada. We're going to try and find him.
Yeah.
What do you want us to tell him?
You know, hell holds a special place for people like him.
We're heading not far to Port Coquitlam, BC. To this industrial mall, listed on the company website as headquarters for Amazing Water. We see a sign confirming it. But when we try entering the unit, it's locked, with no signs of Amazing Water anywhere. Meantime, researchers here at the University of Guelph are testing if and how the food sanitizer we bought works on E. coli. They inoculate fruit and vegetables with a harmless form of the bacteria to see if the machine can wash away any more E. coli than tap water can. These bacterial cultures will tell them how much E. coli is left.
All you have to do, turn it on.
Amazing Water says its sanitizer produces active oxygen, which can destroy pesticides and kill bacteria on your food. Or so says their medical spokesperson.
Now with the Amazing Water food sanitizer, they no longer have to be concerned about their food being contaminated with chemicals, bacteria such as Salmonella or E. coli.
But what does our expert say? Keith Warner is a microbiologist at Guelph who specializes in helping companies bring clean food to market. It says it works by producing active oxygen. What is that?
Active oxygen is just another name people give for a lot of different things, one of them being ozone. So we know ozone from the ozone layer, how it protects us from the sun. But it also is a very potent antimicrobial and oxidizing agent. It breaks things up and it can kill things.
Time to put it to the test. Keith fills the sanitizer with a few liters of distilled water, and we turn it on.
So I can hear something going. Yeah, I can just
can see the
make
bubbles.
out some bubbles. So you can just see it like a little jacuzzi there. I've
The water's
noticed
moving.
it's got holes in the top, which is a bit of a no-no for the simple reason you want to contain the ozone within.
Ozone is actually a toxic gas. It can decrease lung function, cause premature death if you're at high risk. And if not, it can still cause coughing, chest discomfort, irritation of the eyes, nose, and throat. Health Canada says we should avoid having ozone-generating devices in our homes. We plan to let the sanitizer run for a 10-minute cycle, like the instructions say. But then, that smell. I can smell an odor. Do you smell that? Keith reaches for the ozone alarm he has standing by.
Well, we'll just put it there and then, wow, look at that, it's sort of off the scale. It's really off-gassing. I think we should just cut this.
Really?
Yeah, because it's off the scale, meaning it's producing so much ozone that we could start being affected. Obviously, you smelt it. This tells you that this is unsafe to use.
That's all the way at the top.
Well, it's off scale.
Yeah. Keith decides to double check with a monitor that measures ozone in parts per billion.
Wow, look at that. It's going out, you talk about 300 ppb
Right.
as dangerous. This has gone over 1,000 within 2 minutes.
It's over 19,000.
Yeah, this is just putting ozone into the air. So basically, this machine is dangerous. We're breathing in ozone now.
This is dangerous.
This is a dangerous machine.
Keith says 300 parts per billion is dangerous. His monitor reaches 41,000 parts per billion by the time we shut the whole thing down. As for the bacterial cultures, results show that when it comes to reducing E. coli, the Amazing Water food sanitizer we bought works about the same as ordinary tap water. We're on the trail of a man who sells the Amazing Water food sanitizer, a machine that claims to wash away worries about contaminated fruits and veggies. We want to talk to Matsiri Lau Paliagroup about why the sanitizer we bought emits dangerous levels of ozone.
Wow, look at that.
And why he uses a young boy's tragic story to promote it. Oh yeah, there's the Kia. Our research indicates Lau shares the same name and birth date as a man wanted in the United States for allegedly scamming seniors. It's rare for us to go to people's homes like this. But the stakes are high, and Lau is refusing to speak with us. Hello, is anyone home? Still, no luck. We try calling one more time.
At the tone, please record your message.
Hi, Lau. This is Asha with CBC. We are in the area, and we are here to talk at any point. So could you give me a call back and let's set something up? As we plan next steps in our search, our research brings another twist.
Hello, I'm going to explain to you why the food sanitizer is one of the most needed kitchen appliances in your home.
Amazing Water never says who exactly their spokesperson is.
Within 8 to 10 minutes, the food sanitizer separates all pollutants, pesticides, salmonella, and E. coli from the food.
He's in several of their videos, wearing a lab coat in a medical setting, sounding like an authority.
Scientific studies have shown that with a low level of activated oxygen, it's capable of killing any mold, virus, bacteria, and fungus within 4 minutes.
Truth is, he's a paid actor, though you might not guess it. How do we know? Turns out we hired him ourselves years ago. At the time, we're doing a story about fake experts and fake reviews.
Hi there, my name is Suzanne. Hi, I'm Tessa Daly of Tampa, Florida. Hey everyone, it's Jennifer.
This is a woman we find on Fiverr, a website for freelancers, who's paid to post reviews that don't disclose she's an actor.
Hi, my name is Maria J. Clifford, Gina Parker, Jessica Moore. I'm a licensed dietitian at the Kennedy Health Institute in Washington, at the Herald Institute here in Washington.
When we ask Fiverr to discuss the problem, it only sends a statement. So in a cheeky move, we go on that website and pick another spokesperson to read the statement. Guess who we hire?
It's incumbent upon the advertiser to be transparent with consumers and consistent with the laws governing disclosures around that paid-for content.
The man's name is Bob Francis, and he's still at it.
This is why I strongly recommend that the food sanitizer is a must-have kitchen appliance in every household.
His current Fiverr page says he's an actor from Spokane, Washington, who will be your medical spokesperson.
Doctors and healthcare providers, are you ready to take back control of your time in your medical practice?
There's a lot of videos with Bob wearing a lab coat and a stethoscope.
Hi, I'm Bob.
But also a disclaimer saying, I am not a doctor and will not say that I am.
And there are certain things that I won't do or say.
He says he'll put the words actor portrayal on any video where he wears a lab coat or steth, unless you tell him otherwise. We decide to test it out and hire him again, with our producer posing as a guy who wants to sell a homeopathic medicine for kids, one that we just make up.
Here I am.
There you are.
It's my home studio. This is where all the magic happens.
Ooh.
Bob has a script we send with some lines he probably shouldn't be saying, but will he?
I'd look through your script.
Right.
I need to change one thing. If a child suddenly hot, red face, eyes glassy, I usually recommend belladonna to patients. I don't have patients. I can't say that. So I can just say I usually recommend belladonna.
Can you say that?
I can say that, yes. It's like I can't claim to be a doctor.
Right. And that's according to, what is the line?
Our laws here for the Federal Trade Commission. When it relates to either that or I can put patients, provided that we put actor portrayal.
Oh, I see.
Like movie. And I don't think you want that. I can still dress as a doctor, stethoscope, all that kind of good stuff. I'm in a clinic. I just can't, there's certain things I just can't say.
Just curious, like what's the difference if you're dressed like a doctor or looking like a doctor, how you just can't say that you're a doctor?
You have to ask the people that make the laws.
To add to the confusion, Bob is fine with saying this.
I'm convinced. Who says you can't teach old dogs new tricks? So that's kind of how I envisioned.
That was excellent. Now, at the end, you said old docs. Yeah, not.
Yeah, I don't, that's fine.
He doesn't actually call himself an old doc, but does recommend a product that doesn't exist.
Oh, that sounded great.
I usually recommend belladonna or a good ferrum phosphoricum.
Here's the finished video Bob sends us, including our fake logo and name.
But now there's no need to choose, thanks to a revolutionary new combo in one handy dose. Bellaphos.
Looking like an old doc in a pretend clinic.
Who says you can't teach old docs new tricks?
We wonder, how much does Bob know about the Amazing Water food sanitizer? How much should he know? That the one we bought is dangerous and a family feels exploited? We tell him, but he won't come on camera. In a statement, Bob says he's an actor on a gig platform who makes it clear it's up to his clients to follow rules around internet marketing. He adds that he does not make any claims of being a medical professional. We spend hours tracking down Lal Paliagru. He sells a food sanitizer that could be dangerous and exploits a young boy's tragic story. He also shares the same name as someone wanted for alleged fraud in the United States. As we plot our next steps, Lal suddenly calls us.
You coming to my house and harassing me? I'm gonna call my lawyer and you can handle him with him. Okay?
Lal, I'm not harassing you. With all due respect, we've reached out to you several times trying to get your perspective on our story, and you have said no.
I told that I don't want nothing to do with it, okay? Now you harassing me.
But we are doing this story.
You are harassing me. You understand that? You harassing to come to my house. And
Lal, can you confirm if you're wanted in the United States? Are you a fugitive? Lal. He hung up. We want to make sure Lal has all the information we have.
Hello?
Hi, is this Lal?
Speaking.
So months later, before we go to air, our producer calls him back.
In the course of our research, we have uncovered the fact that there's somebody in the United States that's wanted on fraud charges, and they have the same name as you, and they have the same...
That's not me. I know that. There's nothing to do with me.
He sheds a little more light on the food sanitizer he's selling.
You know what? That product is no longer in selling it at all. It's discontinued. It's done. If you don't like it, throw it away. That's all I can tell you.
On the results of our test.
We had the machine tested, and the scientists thought that...
But it's different testing. It doesn't matter. We have a tested done. It's discontinued. It's finished, okay? There's nowhere to buy. We don't sell it.
And on the video of Lucas.
It's no longer on a website at all. You go and look at it. Everything is done.
We do look, and Amazing Water still has that video of Lucas on its website. Back in Richmond, BC. This machine produces dangerous levels of ozone.
Nathan Parker is learning from us that the amazing water food sanitizer could be hurting more than his family.
And this is out on the market, connected to your son's story.
You know, it's heartbreaking. It really is. You know, what a sad thing to have my son's name attached to.
Nathan plans to take back Lucas's name with a new foundation in his honor. Lucas Parker knows nothing of the controversy that surrounds him, surrounded instead by his loving brothers, in the hands of caregivers devoted to his comfort.